Brock, Kyle said, yeah, like you, like a lot of people in the first half, maybe missed some things, could be better. Were you thinking that there were some missed throws, and what was the mentality going into that third quarter?
Yeah, definitely thought had some missed opportunities, obviously for big plays, but just completions in general in that first half, especially on third downs. And so, for me, I was just being real with myself and knew that I had to be better, especially for our team, man. Defense was doing a great job in that first half, and for us, I feel like we just stalled on third downs, and a lot of that was on me. So went in to halftime, just talked about our plan for the second half, and for my mindset, it was like I got to get back to basics and just keep things simple in my mind, and still playing with conviction, but being aggressive and just trusting in my guys. And so that was the mindset, and I thought we went out and, for the most part, executed a lot better.
Being simple, fighting George Kittle.
Yes. Yeah. No, he did a great job, man. Just doing his job, creating some separation. Man, you get the ball in their hands 5-6 yards, and they make one guy miss, man. It could be a big gain, and that's what he does really great. So definitely blessed to have George on my team.
There was a play where it looked like a screen set up to Debo on the far side, but then you tucked it and ran when it obviously wasn't open. Was that by design? Was that not an option there, or did you just
No.
improvise?
Yeah, no, it was a screen for Debo, and they just had a guy right on him. So I just tried going with the flow of where the play call was called and got a good gain on it.
What was your team displayed in the third quarter? Obviously, this team was down at the half, came out and scored 24 unanswered points. It was definitely a tale of 2 weeks for you, in particular in the third quarter. Talk about how special you played, particularly in the third quarter stretch this week.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's 4 quarters for a reason in the sport. It's the NFL. You can come out hot and stall, or vice versa, and it takes everybody, man. Offense, defense, special teams. So I saw the rest of our team was clicking, man. It's like, all right, I have to do my job. And so third quarter came out and just, like I said, kept it simple, but also played aggressive, and just try to do what coach called and hit guys when they were open, and keep it simple, move the ball, not try to hurt ourselves. That first half, man, that was the main thing, is we had plenty of opportunities, but we just kept hurting ourselves. And so that was the mindset, and we were able to put up some points. So.
It wasn't long ago that you were a rookie. What's it like when you see a guy like Isaac have the game that he did tonight?
Yeah, man. Extremely happy for him, the way he comes to work every day and stuff, and the chip that he has on his shoulder. Humble dude, is always asking questions and wants to make sure he's doing everything right. So for him to do what he's doing right now for our team, man, I couldn't be happier for him. And I get it, man. Being a rookie, coming in with some guys on the team and some big names in the huddle and everything, you can sort of be awestruck in a sense, but he's coming in, man, just he doesn't care. He's grabbing the ball and running hard. So I appreciate that about him. Tracy.
Thank you, Brock. You mentioned trusting your guys, and you had George and Debo. You had a lot of new faces on the field today. Kind of how has that chemistry built over the last week or so that you can feel like you can trust them?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've gotten a lot of work on the field at practice, and just honing into who we got playing. And so this week was great for all of us, especially the young guys, Ricky, Jacob, Chris Conley, and then obviously George and Debo being able to step up and lead those guys, man. We have some new faces in the huddle, but with those guys and their leadership and experience, man, we could always rely on them. And so, yeah, really that. So.
Brock, what are you going to do during the bye? What do you think this team is going to look like after the bye?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a great week for all of us to just continue to rest up and heal up, and then just be hard on ourselves on the film and where we can be better, because the second half of the season is everything. Every game matters. And it's the most important stretch. That obviously you go back to the history of this place, like this is when it matters, and you put your head down, you don't look up to the end. So it'll be good for everyone to get healthy and be ready come Tampa Bay, and I think that's the main focus and point. So
you guys are looking for answers against man-to-man coverage. Are you finding that you're unaccounted for as a runner in those situations?
In some scenarios, I mean, there's teams that have a spy on me and stuff. I feel like Kansas City did that. Honestly, the Cowboys did it as well. So like, there's ways that they can scheme that up, but then I think it takes away another pass rusher, so that I have a little bit more time. So there's pros and cons to all of it. Defenses pick and choose and when they want to do it, but obviously we still have a lot of playmakers to be able to win in man coverage, whether there's a guy spying me or not. So it's football. You got to compete and go from there.
This team this year has really been next man up. So when guys like Isaac have a breakout game like we saw tonight, does that even surprise you guys, or you're pretty much expect that kind of greatness to come out of players no matter where they are in the depth chart?
Yeah, I think just going back to the guys that Kyle and John and our organization brings in, like they bring in guys that are gritty, have a standard for themselves. They come in and they're willing to do what the coaches ask, and they see other guys practicing and stuff, and they want to be great, and that's the standard here. So when you got some guys that go down, the next guy that comes in, man, has the right mentality. Jordan Mason, Isaac, and all these young guys, Ricky Pearsall, like you got guys that come in with the right mindset of continuing to chase greatness within our standard of our team, and so it doesn't surprise me at all. And we see how he works every day, and I'm really happy for him.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
They get the ball back, 6-point game. What's your message kind of after giving up a couple touchdowns there and trying to close the game?
Yeah, I mean, I was frustrated. Obviously, we made it a game when it didn't need to be, especially defensively. Freebies, where they didn't even have to earn it. 88's wide open, their best player. Can't let it happen. So, we put ourselves in that situation, so we had to get ourselves out. It was about going out there and finishing the game, and we did that.
When you say freebies, you mean miscommunication?
Yeah, miscommunications. He's wide open for touchdowns. You can't have it.
Are you at all flashing back to the couple other games where that happened this season?
Yeah, I mean, I was just focused on the next play. I was just frustrated that they even got that because we had them right where we wanted them. But that's the difference right now. We gotta find ways to close games out.
What do you feel about this team now, 4-4 going to the bye? Obviously, it hasn't been the season you wanted so far, but what's achievable? And do you feel like this is the team that can do it, or do you think there's got to be a little bit some changes, whether it's mentally or strategic, whatever, going into the second half?
Yeah, we can be whoever we want, honestly. I think it's after the bye, it's 0-0. We're at 500 right now. I think we're a game back from being first in the division, whatever that means. But we have everything ahead of us. We can be whoever we want. We have everybody that we need. In terms of players, obviously we're banged up, but we'll get healthy after the week. Hopefully get some guys back, and it's about just getting better at this point. We can't keep getting up for a game and then dropping one and then let's try and figure out a way to win another one. Like, let's just get better, right? Let's just get better. That's why those little errors at the end of the game were so frustrating, because the good teams, they don't make those. We got to find ways to just play 4 quarters of just straight execution.
Where are you physically? I know you had the ankle injury week 4. I mean, is that firmly in the rearview mirror now? Is that something that you've been dealing with? Will the bye help you?
Yeah, no, the bye will help me tremendously. Every week you keep banging it up and finding a way to recover good enough to play the next week, and that's just how the NFL is, man. It's rare that you can just be healthy all the way through. That's just what it is. Like, I'm looking at guys out there giving it their all who are banged up. You talk about George Kittle. Is the truest form of that, man. He just banged up every week, it seems like, and he still goes out there and balls out. So everybody's banged up, man. There's no excuse for not playing at the highest level, regardless of whatever you're going through.
We've got Mustafa and Green playing big snaps for you on defense. Pooney, obviously, all season. Now we've seen Garendo, Pearsall making some catches. What has this rookie class meant to this team so far?
Yeah, that's a heck of a rookie class right there. I mean, you just kind of named them all, but I don't think you can talk about it enough. It's so hard to play as a rookie in the NFL, and all those guys playing at such a high level right now. It's been amazing to see, and they've all come in with the right mindset, following everybody's lead, man, and we're going to need them in a big way in the second half of the season.
As far as guys playing through stuff, Deebo Samuel was in the hospital when the week began. What can you say about him and his role today?
Yeah, absolutely. Same thing, man. You see how crucial he is, not only for our offense but for our team, man, and the energy that he brings, the way that he plays the game. We're a different team when he's on the field. So, yeah, man, I was so happy to have him back this week.
The last series where you got the last stop, you had a near interception, but talk about how special it was for the defensive unit to actually get out the field and close out that game.
Yeah, I mean, that's the expectation. Honestly, I'm sitting there thinking that we put ourselves in that situation. We should have never been in that situation to begin with, right? We dropped 2 series where like I mentioned, miscues and errors that we gave them, and it's only right that we go out there and stop them, because we put ourselves in that position.
Devondre was flying around tonight, making a lot of plays. I felt like he was his best game. What'd you think of him tonight?
Yeah, outstanding, man. Just continues to get better, even through the noise and all that other stuff. You're not worried about that. Just continuing to try to get better every single week, man. He's played at a high level in this league, and I'm happy to see him making plays out there tonight.
All right, thanks, Fred.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Oh, hey there. Oh, this is my new collection with Chubbies. Very comfortable workout gear. I like to work out, and I like to be very comfortable. So, you can snag it. Got released today. Chubbies.
You told me when I asked about the rookies that the NFL is the land of opportunity. How do you feel that Garindo did in the land of opportunity today?
I think all of our rookies kind of stepped up. Isaac was phenomenal. I always just yell at him, hey, you ran 0.01 seconds slower than Raheem Mostert. So always just strive for that speed when you're running the ball. And he did a really good job of that today. He took advantage of those, and I think he got more comfortable the more reps he got, each and every rep. And he's just going to keep getting better with all the reps that he gets. And so that was awesome. Thought Ricky played really well, just for him to be out there. He took advantage of his opportunities. The run that he had, being able to set up my block to be able to then go downfield is fantastic. So I thought, and Jake Cowan on the punt return stuff was incredible. He got ran into and they didn't throw a flag on that one. But, I thought just catching every punt, getting vertical, I thought he's doing a really good job for us too. And, Pooney's pretty good.
In 2022, I believe you guys got off to the same type of start. Do you feel like this was a get back on track win, or we're back on track win as we head into the break, and then we can come out kind of like with some different
Did you say it's a get back on track, or
this is like, oh, we finally got back on track, or do you feel like this is we're making our way towards getting back on track as a team?
small, consistent steps in the right direction lead to great results, and this was just one step. It's a long season. Being able to we were 5-3 last year going into the bye, 4-4 this time. I think we all wish our record was a little bit better, but that's just where it is. That's our reality, and getting a win tonight was huge. And, it just, gives you confidence. I think there's a lot of things that we're going to try to clean up, myself included. But I think we're taking steps in the right direction.
Your idea to have all the tight ends run out together, and do you have any other rituals on this holiday that you've created?
That was my idea. We had 4 active tight ends for the first time this year, so I was really excited about that, getting Braden Willis up. It's a holiday. You're trying to, celebrate all tight ends, not just, guys who get a bunch of targets and stuff. Like, tight ends do the gritty stuff, special teams, goal line stuff. So I'm just happy to have them all run out with me. I really do appreciate my tight end room this year. They've been fantastic. Just helped me out as much as I can be. Any other things I do on my holiday? I think I lost the last 2 on the holiday. So getting a win on National Tight Ends Day was very helpful for my confidence. And no, he's still the hardest person to ever get a hold of. That's same story. I haven't tried in a little bit, but yes.
To 5th in receptions in franchise history, 3rd in reception or yardage. How do you feel about being in that elite crowd?
An honor. Just thankful that I got to be a part of an organization, with a very high standard of how they play football. Thankful that, they've kept me around for a long time, and, just every single day striving to be better than I was the day before and continually prove that, I need to be on the San Francisco 49ers roster. So, be on a list with any of those names. I mean, any list that you're on with Jerry Rice is a good thing. But to be with all those other guys is fantastic. And, it's just an honor. And I think I learned in college was you want to leave your jersey in a better place. And that's all I'm striving to do every single day. And I know all those guys did that.
There are instances of guys that come into the league and they get popular and they produce and endorsements, all kinds of good things happen for them, and then some of them lose sight of how they got there and love of the game. Never seems to have happened to you. How do you sort of strike that balance?
Football is a very humbling sport. If you don't, grind in the off season, get your body as healthy as you possibly can be, take advantage of the reps that you get, you fall off quickly. And when I was a rookie, I came in and started over a bunch of vets. We traded a guy away. So it was a very quick reality for me. It was like, yeah, nothing's really for certain here. And so if you don't have like an itch in the back of your neck that someone's coming to take your job every single day, then your job's going to get taken from you. And that is an itch that I've had. And I think about it every single day that I'm going to be my best self today, so there's absolutely no way that anybody could take my job because I'm going to be better than them.
You guys have been playing football for almost 3 months, maybe more than that. How do you physically feel at this point in the season?
Way better than last year. Goodness gracious. So, fantastic. I'm breathing. I woke up today and I got to play football, and nothing else got worse. So I'm feeling great.
During the bye week to get, I don't know, rejuvenated, is there anything that you can do during the bye week?
Hang out with my wife as much as possible and probably avoid all of you guys. I'm kidding, but I'm going to disappear for a week.
A lot relaxed in this time around this game compared to last week. Talk a bit. How special was the poise he exemplified in the third quarter?
Brock's a fantastic quarterback. You can feel his poise when he's in the huddle, just getting his guys' attention. This little things he says to the guys in the huddle about what we need to do. Like even the end of the second half, like, hey, you guys, try to stay in bounds. We're bleeding the clock out. Try not to give them a possession, even though we did give them another possession. But technically we scored last, so it still worked out. But just his poise and, like, how about, like, we're trying to throw a screen and he realizes that the screen's not there and he runs upfield for 13-plus yards, whatever it was. Like, just having that, one, the athletic ability to be able to do it, but also the cognitive ability to realize that and then go do it. When you have a quarterback that can do that and then also make plays on top of it, it's very helpful for the San Francisco 49ers. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the holiday.
You know you're expected to finish plays, and you understand that even if you're just close. Did you feel tonight was an example of you being able to finish the plays?
Yeah, I think it was good. We started hot, and I think we played well as a defense. It's kind of been the story of this year, though, letting them back in the game. So that's a big focus that we need to correct because playing good teams, you got to put them away.
Fred, what do you think of the alignment with Sam O at defensive tackle? It seemed like he's really playing the run well inside.
Well, that's a pass thing. He doesn't play inside on the run, but he's doing a great job. It's definitely different inside. So for him to adapt, he really didn't get reps at that throughout camp. So for him to be able to produce inside, it's a testament to his ability to adapt and help us.
Say that, you know, the second half you can be whatever team you want to be. Do you feel like this is a Super Bowl level team, or do you still have things you have to do to get there?
Of course, we need to improve, but I mean, like you were talking about, the rookies showing up and doing their part, and adding to an already really good lineup of guys is huge. But yeah, we're going to keep getting better, and I think getting this win is obviously huge, and resting up, maybe getting a couple guys back and hit the ground running.
Went 9-0, I think, in 2022 after the bye, 7-2 last year after the bye. I mean, are you able to pull on that kind of history, knowing that another good run can?
Yeah, I kind of, with my message, has been talking about the past, but I think it's a new team, a lot of new guys, so I think it's time to kind of just focus on the now.
Some discussion, you had a hat on that was not the hat you're currently wearing in the post-game. Why did you take that opportunity to make what would appear to be a political statement?
I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I think it's an important time.
Obviously, you guys have the bye week and you get to rest and recover. But before we kind of look ahead to the bye week, in this game at halftime, you guys went in the locker room kind of down. What was going through your mind at that point when it came to the fact that it's the Cowboys? Do we lose this game again? How do we get out of this hole? How do we dominate? What was going on?
I think Fred had a great message. I don't want to give it away, but he had a great message for us in the locker room, and we felt like the superior team, and we just needed to kind of execute a little better. There was a couple things that we were messing up on, so it's just about executing longer, and we should beat teams that were better than.
So Fred had a message at halftime?
He did.
Is there a little energy from George Kittle and what he could do, what he was doing in the beginning of the third quarter? Rally you guys on the defense as well?
Yeah, I heard you Fred talk about it. He's a warrior. There's a lot of guys in this league who wouldn't play through the things he plays through every year, and for him to play like the best tight end in the league on National Tight Ends Day while he's battling things just shows how much of a beast he is.
Does his leadership help the young guys on the team as well?
It's huge, yeah. There's a lot of new guys in the tight end room, and then just having that leadership on offense is huge.
I was asked after the game if he's excited for the bye week, and he's like, "Not really." It's needed, but at the same time, does it feel like kind of a little bit of a momentum stopper after you guys maybe get going there in the second half?
No, I don't think it's a momentum stopper, but I'm not surprised Demo feels that way. It is tough to kind of watch people play on Sunday, but this league is brutal, so any rest you could get is big.
Speaking of Demo, how much?
Is your sixth season? I mean, have you? I realize you say you don't want to talk too much about it, but have you been tempted in the past to kind of wave your
No, I mean, it's definitely a little easier nowadays, but no, I don't feel too inclined to do that.
Easier because
just a different climate.
Speaking of Demo, what can you say about like his kind of ascension?
I mean, he's unbelievable. He came in as a rookie, and he was a bit of an airhead, but he has just gotten so much better, and he's one of my favorite players that I've ever played with. Just such a dog, and you need guys like that in the back end who aren't afraid to come in and play the run, and then he makes huge plays. He could cover anybody, and he's very unselfish. They ask him to do a lot of different things. He could be a lockdown outside corner in this league, and they ask him to play inside, and he never wavers. Yeah, and I think he's gotten a little smarter about that stuff. You can't be giving people 15 yards, so I love him. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.